Sup, guys? My name is Ryu. Welcome to my gaming channel. And today I'm going to bring you some Uncharted 4 or Overwatch in the background. I'm not quite sure which one it's going to be. But anyways, here's what we're going to be talking about today is Storytime with Ryu. The thing I probably said 1,000 times I'd never ever do because it's just not me. I don't really have cool stories outside of the ones, you know, that are a little bit too crazy for YouTube. So, I got one that's down to earth. And it's about my worst job ever. I think everyone has that one job they look back on, they're like, I hate this fucking job. Right now, YouTube is part of my career, so yeah. You know, I'm living it pretty good right now, you know? But, you know, you guys can smash that subscribe button, just saying. Just saying, for this channel. So anyways, my worst job ever, I was about 19, and I had time off from, you know, I was like generally working kind of thing. I had time off from my typical, you know, going out over the, you know, to the road and whatnot, doing everything I do for my main big career, but we're not going into that today. And my grandfather just passed away. My mother had lost her job due to some crazy former family members, let's put it that way, and it was a really hectic time. And I had a few hours, you know, spare time. Instead of just sitting on my ass and saying, you know what, we'll be fine the way things are, I went out and I was hanging out at this card shop. You know, we would play cards, and Hoka TV was there as well. And I decided, hey, let me talk to this guy, you know, let me work for him. You know, I'll work off the books. Off the books means, you know, you don't pay taxes. It's kind of a thing. To be fair, this guy, it was his idea, not mine. So I just kind of went along with it. So we're going to call him Bruce, because Bruce is the kind of guy, if you use his real name, he will legitimately go after you and sue you for every last penny you can. He's a really fucked up person. So Bruce here owned this card shop. I'm not going to say exactly where in New York, but he owned a card shop in New York, and let's just say he wasn't the kind of guy that was really outstanding. He kind of pretty much lied to your face. So I just decided, hey, I'm going to work here, you know, help him out, make a little bit of extra cash to help my mom out and whatnot. And it was making like $6 an hour. Say what? when you don't, like, you know, when it's just like that, he had this whole thing of like cheap ass labor. He's like, okay, you're gonna, you know, you're gonna judge and you'll help out with sales and whatnot. What I ended up doing was, if you know those people who hand out flyers, I would sit out there in the 90-degree plus weather, and this is when I only wore jet black everything with jeans on and shit. You know, it was the time of emo. Yeah, but I wasn't an emo kid. I was kind of like metal, crossing into that field. So what ended up happening was, I would go out there and hand flyers out, and I'd be doing this 8 hours a day. Never bitched once. But what it ultimately came down to is I was lied to, because, you know, here, you're going to judge these games, and you're going to basically, you know, if they need rulings, you're going to describe the rulings. Basic stuff that you do for trading card games that have competitive scenes, as, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Does. But what ended up happening was a completely different, you know, 360 direction, and I just said, fuck it, I'll do it anyways. So one day he comes up to me, he's like, alright, I'm 3 hours late, don't worry, I'm going to pay you. I was standing outside the store for 3 straight hours waiting for him. He's like, be here at 9. I was there at 9, he didn't come to like 12:01. It was ridiculous. And, you know, for someone who's supposed to be the boss, you know, to set the standard of the business, it was terrible, to be completely frank. So Bruce decides, hey, okay, this is what I need you to do today. I need you to scrape gum off, you know, the game room. But instead of just like scraping it in a normal way, you know, Home Depot, something to protect your hands, he hands me a razor blade. I'm just like, is it because I'm wearing all black and I, you know, got this kind of like gothic metal look to me at the time? I'm like, is that what's going on right now? But I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna fuck with it. I mean, my job may not have sounded as nearly as bad as most people who work in GameStop and have to listen to kids yell about their moms and whatnot, or, you know, the people of that sort that have to basically deal with assholes every single day. You have my my thanks for putting up with that shit and toughening it out, because it sucks. It honestly sucks. And I do believe everyone who, you know, works those kinds of jobs deserves it. Back to the point though, the story. This son of a bitch, man. Don't lie to me about my position to get me in my position and then get mad at me when I say, you know, I can't, like, work for cards, I was told I'm going to be working for the money. You're trying to hand me, like, a $60 card. Like, I'm not going to go sell, I don't have an eBay to go sell this card, nor do I care to sell it myself, plus eBay fees and shit. So I was like, you know what, I need cash. It's not for me, it's for my mom. You know, want to help her out. It's an Italiano thing that you do. You know, you always got your mom's back. That's always how it's supposed to be. My mom's always great to me, so I wanted to be good to her. It was like that one real chance to do it. So, at the time, you know, he's like, alright, you know, well, fine, you know, we'll do that. Next thing I know, he's like, oh no, I don't need you today. I don't need you tomorrow. I'm just looking at him like, really? What the fuck, dude? My mom was only out of work for like a week. My mom is the kind of Italian lady that will chase down any time, you know, any kind of job she can get. She's really a hard worker, and I'm proud of her to say that much. And, you know, without her, I wouldn't be... The work ethic I have is mainly because of her and my grandfather. That's, you know, a big thing, to say the least. But to me, it's just... I don't like being lied to, especially by someone who I was, you know, like, looked up to. Not cared about, but, like, looked up to. And after I stopped working for him, so, there was an arcade machine. The kid puts, you know, quarter in. He's, like, 5 years old, and it's 25 cents, you know, play Street Fighter. You know, whatever the game is, however you want to put it, I just want to fuck it on the table. So, here's what happens. Kid's like, fucking, you know, stupid machine, ate my quarter, kicking the machine. What any kid would do. You know, this is your quarter that you had to go to your parents. Your parents are like, this is all you're getting. So, what does Bruce do? Bruce freaks the fuck out, goes at this kid, puts his arms up, like, not like a gorilla. I'm trying to phrase this because you guys can't physically see it. It's like if he puffed his arms out and he's like, where's your parents? Where's your parents? Give me your parents. And at the time, I'm just like, yo, calm the hell down. That's not what you want to do in this situation. He kicked your machine. Big deal. It's 25 cents. Just say to him, man, you can't be kicking my machine. I'll give you your 25 cents back if, you know, there were security cameras and everything. You could see that, hey, it's no big deal. But someone like that was just really shady. So I'll be completely honest. I'll be completely fucking frank. There was a card shop about 8 blocks from his location. Now, she's the one that he got all his shit from. 90% of it. Because typically with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, whatever it is, you're going to buy from Konami, you're going to buy from the Pokemon trading card game, you're going to buy from these companies and bring it over, right? So he would go over to this place, buy it from her, resell it to us, but resell it to us at 50% more. His excuse, you gotta pay for game room. It was dumb. I hated working for there. Like, I honestly, it was probably my worst job. Someone's gonna say, I had 10 times worse of a job. And my sympathy goes out for you. I feel really bad for you. Yeah, funny, I had to go answer the phone to my mother. So, what I'm trying to say is I know many of you probably had 10 times worse of a job. My sympathy goes out for you. My respect goes for you. And if you have the dream of working on YouTube, you just got to do it in your free time. You got to find that free time. It's a pain in the ass. You got to learn video editing and everything. I'm not perfect. I'm trying to, you know, further it for all my channels, not just for this one. But thank you guys for tuning in as always. If you enjoyed this story time and you want to hear another story time, I don't know what the hell I would talk about next, but I probably would. Talk about something. I don't know. But I'll see you guys on the next video. It was fun doing this, and hopefully you enjoy it. Till then, peace. Subscribe for more.